Afternoon, guys. Not often I put one up in the afternoon, but we're going to do this today. Uh, if anybody is even considering moving, okay, or looking, I would suggest doing it this month because the Biden administration has completely lost their freaking mind. We've got an issue right now in the housing market as is that people who have the house, they're selling a house, are probably locked in at a pretty low interest rate, somewhere around 3%. Anybody who had a higher interest rate was a fool not to refinance a couple of years ago. Now, of course, you've got new buyers coming into the market, and the people are going, should I sell my house that I have a 3% interest rate to go out and buy one that has a 6% interest rate? So that's causing a real problem with people buying houses, whether upsizing, downsizing, relocating, whatever it would be. All right. So here's the insult to the injury. The Biden administration, according to the Washington Times, has just announced that home buyers with good down payments and good credit scores will now have to pay an extra fee to subsidize those who don't have down payments and don't have good credit scores. And I'm not talking about significantly good credit scores or anything like that. What the report is that anybody who's got a credit score above 680, okay? I mean, literally, you have to have 620 to get a house, okay? A mortgage company's not even going to talk to you for the most part unless you've got a 620 score. So if you are 10% above the minimum, you are going to get hit with a penalty. So somebody who doesn't have good credit, doesn't have any money saved to put toward a house, is completely irresponsible, basically. Okay, you get to pay so they can buy a house. I mean, this is bizarro world. I mean, that is completely bass backwards. The people with the high credit scores get to pay higher interest rates. The people with low credit scores get to pay lower interest rates. That's what they're going in. It works out to about $40 a month that would be added into somebody with a good credit score, their mortgage. So because you've been responsible with your money, you pay your bills on time. Congratulations, you get to pay about $500 more a year than the just in that penalty than the exact same person who decides, hey, you know what, smoking meth and getting drunk every weekend, and I'll pay my bills when I feel like it. You know, they get the benefit of your hard work. On top of the fact that the Biden administration wants people with good credit scores to pay higher interest rates than people with low credit scores. Because, we have to help the people with low credit scores get into a house. What I tell you on the lunchtime video today, this is exactly what they're trying to do to basically turn the entire country into foreclosure nation, and people won't be able to afford a house. And I guarantee you, this is another ploy to get us toward the 15-minute cities. Well, if it's too expensive for you to buy a house because of the fee, come move into our beautiful 10 by 10 apartment that you can have that the government will pay for you. Oh, Mr. You know, my career aspirations were to say, would you like fries with that? Yeah. Here's a beautiful house for you. Oh, don't worry about paying the bills. We'll make sure that the bills are paid by somebody else. Do you notice how it's always somebody else has to pay the bills? You know, I'm sorry. I came out of a divorce which had a bankruptcy entitled to it. My credit report took a massive hit because of a bankruptcy. Okay. And I worked and I paid my bills and I did everything I can to get my credit score back up so I could buy a house. Okay. Because even the VA requires you to have a decent credit score. Why in the world should anybody who has done the right things have to subsidize the people that don't? Oh, I forgot. That's the mentality of the Biden administration. That's the mentality of communism. Take from the haves and give to the poor. I'm sorry, you're not fucking Robin Hood, okay? Those of us that worked hard, that did the right things, that were responsible in life, deserve to reap the benefits for our hard work. Period. Those who are the ones that are lazy as hell and don't do shit do not deserve anybody's handouts. I'm sorry. Oh, well, I can't find a job because I've got to raise my 6 kids from 6 different baby daddies. Sucks to be you. Okay? You know what? Maybe close your legs next time. But this is the crap that's going on. I'll link this below so you guys can see this. But think about all the stuff you've seen over the year. Good credit, 0% down on 0% interest on a car. Okay, try going into the car dealership with a 620 score and see what interest rate they charge you. Oh, that'll be 14%, sir. That's the way it should be. You get penalized for being irresponsible. Why? Because the bank is taking more risk on you because you don't have a history of paying your bills on time. The people who the bank goes, yeah, for 20 years, this guy's never missed a payment. We think he's going to pay his bills. We don't need to charge him as much because we don't have any risk of losing money. The guy who goes, you know what? I'll pay my rent when I feel like it. I'll pay my car payment. As long as I pay my car payment, I'm only less than 90 days late. They won't repo it on me. Go out and buy a new car. Yes, sir. That'll be 18%. Well, why do I have to pay that much? Because the bank doesn't know if they're going to get their money back. You have the car. They gave the car dealer the money, so they're the one holding the bag. And as much as people say, well, yeah, they'll just come repossess the car. I did that, okay? Trust me, the people that don't pay the bills don't take care of the cars either, all right? There were some really messed up cars that I found that were just completely trashed. And that's why they stopped paying on them. They're like, yeah, you know what? The car's junk. Not because the car was bad, but because they didn't take care of it. And so now, we can see this going forward. Start with houses. The next thing, it's going to be credit cards or it's going to be car loans. Can you imagine if they do it on student loans? Because, again, remember, we haven't come, it still hasn't been decided on Biden giving away the hardworking people's money to pay the student loans for the people that got the degree in, grasshopper dance or something like that. That's where we run into this whole thing. Guys, if you're planning on moving, do it now before you end up getting hit with an extra $500 bill. If you live in California, if you live in New York, figure out how the hell to get out, or Jersey, as I said this morning too. Okay. We are quickly going to become a country of haves and have-nots. And this administration is hell-bent on taking everything from the haves and giving it to the have-nots so the have-nots can piss it away and put it all in Joe's pocket. That's what's going on. Pinball out.